In general, I've been working in real estate for about 32 years, so it's been a long time in the process.
You have had a lot of experience in the real estate industry for quite some time now.
Started as a leasing consultant. From there, I went on to be a property manager, project manager, director of development, and then I set up my own firm to be CEO.
Who would we say is the ideal buyer or investor for iconic residences?
People think about luxury being a brand or luxury being a finish that you put into an apartment. We think that luxury is even deeper, and it goes into the air you breathe and even the water you drink.
100%.
So in Dubai, you have a lot of sand in the air. So we have hospital-grade air filtration systems which keep the sand in the filters and out of your lungs.
What can you share more details about the project itself?
It is going to be architecturally probably one of the most important projects in Reem, if not in Abu Dhabi. The project we're launching it November 13th.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
Today is a very special episode because I have the CEO of MERED with us today, who's going to be sharing a lot of insights about the success of the company. Please welcome with me today, Mr. Michael. How are you doing?
Very good, Alina. Very nice to meet you this morning as well.
We're very excited to have you with us today, especially because before knowing all of these success stories behind the business, but we also want to get to know you more on a deeper level. So you have had a lot of experience in the real estate industry for quite some time now. So share with us some of your insights and a little bit about your background to our audience.
Sure. Well, in general, I've been working in real estate for about 32 years. So it's been a long time in the process. Started out very young at the age, I think, of 23. Working with one of the U.S.'s largest development companies, Hines. Started as a leasing consultant. From there, I went on to be a property manager, project manager, director of development, and then I set up my own firm to be CEO after doing that for about 12 years. And now I've been CEO for just about 20 years.
Wow.
So worked in markets from the U.S., Europe. We did some projects in London and in France. A big part of my career was in Russia, and now having the opportunity to be in the Middle East. I did some things in Saudi Arabia and now here in UAE.
Amazing. Well, it's great to have you here in the UAE. Before we dive more into the business story, how does it feel to be based currently in the UAE for now, especially having lived abroad for quite some time?
Well, I think the UAE is very open to many different people. And being here for just under a year, today will be 11 months of me being in Dubai. From day one, I felt like a local. Everybody around me was very open. It was very easy to get all the documentation, driver's license, finding a place to live. My wife is from Russia, so we found a wonderful place at Blue Waters. And so she felt quite at home just from day one.
Amazing. Well, that's great to know. So having led so many projects in the US and in Europe as well, why do you think the UAE is a great place to invest so much in real estate?
Well, I think there's two sides of it. One is why is it a good place to invest? Because so many people are moving here, and they're moving here because of all the infrastructure that's going in place here. Whether it's to start a business up, whether it's to get a place that's safe for your family, they just seem to do everything that make people want to move here. As far as a developer standpoint, we like to be here because we can use our imagination. If you're doing something in many cities in the US or in Europe, you have a lot of requirements on you that say what you can't do. Here, if you have a good idea, if you have something a little bit different that the market wants to see, and if you have the financial backing, it's up to you to create your own dream. And for a developer, we're very creative people. We like to improve the environment. We like people to have their first home in one of our buildings. We like the fact of just really changing the entire environment. And MERED is about that every day of the week. We try to make the environment around us better for not only our residents, but the people who would get to see our buildings.
100%. And MERED is a very well-established business in the UAE and has a very positive reputation in the market, especially for being associated with luxury. Being the CEO, what do you believe made the company so successful?
Well, the company, with its roots, is 25 years in the making. So we've had a big experience, and you learn as you go. We try to make projects better than the previous project. And as a developer, we always say you're only as good as your last project. We've had many good prior projects. So coming here, it's an opportunity for us to have a clean slate and to bring 25 years of experience to the market. We believe that there'd be a market for us here in luxury. A lot of our clients, whether they were from Russia or whether they were from Europe or from the US, said that when they moved to Dubai, they weren't getting the quality they wanted. And everyone here is really striving for the best, whether that's in F&B, whether that's in fashion, whether that's in automobiles. And we decided to go ahead and try to bring that all together into our first project, which is the iconic residences by Pininfarina. It has all of those elements. Its design is amazing. The architecture is really crafted from European roots.
Yes.
The way it embraces the environment in Internet and Media City, overlooking the Palm. It's a 300-meter tall tower, so the views are spectacular. And then we brought in a lot of amazing elements into the design. Infinity pools, a spa, a paddle court, a place where people can go and do yoga.
You also have air conditioning in your VIP parkings, correct?
Well, because we have Pininfarina, we have the nice cars.
Okay.
And if you have a nice car, you don't want it to sit in an open air garage. So we have air-conditioned boxes, which are more like a man cave. You can put your car in there. You can bring your friends in there. You can potentially try a nice bottle of wine out when you're going to go ahead and bring your buddies in. So it's really a man cave that you can bring your car into.
Let's talk about iconic residences. From its name itself, it is very iconic. And you did mention a lot of features that I do believe many of our audience watching us today will be inspired. Who would we say is the ideal buyer or investor for iconic residences?
Well, I'm an owner, so I would take myself that I'm someone who's moved here to the market, who I want to have a quality environment for myself and for my family. I will have a very nice car in my air-conditioned box, but it goes even further than that. That people think about luxury being a brand or luxury being a finish that you put into an apartment. We think that luxury is even deeper, and it goes into the air you breathe and even the water you drink.
100%.
So in Dubai, you have a lot of sand in the air. So we have hospital-grade air filtration systems which keep the sand in the filters and out of your lungs.
Okay.
In addition to that, we have a reverse osmosis water system, which you can actually drink the water out of the tap.
Okay.
And for a lot of gentlemen who are here, and maybe ladies, we're concerned about our hair.
100%.
So if you just use the regular water, there's been studies that say that it leads to hair loss.
Yes.
Our system, we believe, will go ahead and prevent that. So if you're a man or a woman who really cares about the hair in your head, please come to our building and we'll take care of you.
Amazing. Because most of the people, when they move to the UAE, they love UAE and everything, but the water kind of it's a concern many people have. So this is actually amazing. So guys, please, especially us women, this is something we definitely would take into consideration. I am saying this aside from the fact that the residence is very premium, attention to details, the design is actually very, very exclusive. What do you believe makes it different from other competition in the market, especially that the UAE is known for luxury, it's known for the vibe? How does MERED differentiate itself?
Well, I think it's first and foremost, we use our product group. And it's a group that cares about everything that someone can touch or feel or any experience they would have in the building. So when they work on the project from the very beginning, it's a brief that we put together to the architect saying, we have to have from A to Z all of these points.
Okay.
We did a very exclusive tender for top architecture firms.
Okay.
And we picked Pininfarina.
Okay.
Pininfarina, for those of you that don't know them,
Yes.
they're best known for being the designers for Ferrari and Maseratis and a lot of other top brands. We brought them in because Pininfarina are known for the automobile design, but before they were known about automotive design, they were known for their wind tunnels.
Okay.
And all of the car manufacturers brought their cars to Pininfarina. They ran through their wind tunnels to figure out how their cars would perform. Now, a building has wind factors much higher than a car. So when they started building the buildings, especially high rises, they were able to figure out how to design the building to get less of a load on the building from the wind.
Okay.
So if you look at our building, it's basically sculpted by this wind tunnel, where we have the approach to it would be looking basically like waves coming from the ocean.
Okay.
And in the back of the building, there's a different wind load. It looks like we've got sand dunes sculpting down through the facade. So from an aesthetic point, it stands out.
Beautiful.
We have floor to ceiling glass.
Yes.
The height clear from floor to ceiling is 3.2 meters, which is very rare in this market. We have full balconies and terraces around every apartment, and we have amazing views to not only to the Palm, to Blue Waters, and to the Burj Al Arab, but also to the back of the site looking over Emirates golf courses. So I think that the fact that it's just in this wonderful location, the tallest building in Media City and Internet City, almost 300 meters tall, it's just something that's really going to be an icon that stands out. And then, of course, when we deliver the building, there'll be a Pininfarina Cafe on the ground floor,
Okay.
where you can come in for the best cup of coffee or your cappuccino, a
Okay.
nice Italian meal,
Beautiful.
and then all of the other amenities. And we have an infinity pool on the 40th floor of the building.
Okay.
So it really delivers everything that a discerning buyer who wants luxury can have. We also have even more.
Okay.
We have wood flooring throughout the apartments, which is
Okay.
very rare. Usually you're stepping onto a tile.
True.
And if you're a European, when a man or woman gets out of bed, they don't want to step onto a cold tile. Here we physically have oak flooring throughout the building,
Beautiful.
which just it gives it a homey feeling to it. And there's lots of other elements to the project. We have heated floors in the bathroom. We have fully stocked walk-in closets, amazing kitchens from Nolte. So the whole project, I think, has been one from the product from beginning to the end, that when you move in, you're not going to be redoing the bathrooms. You're not going to be redoing the kitchen. It's going to be set up for you on day one.
Amazing. And as you're speaking as well, the audience are actually getting a glimpse by watching the B-rolls of iconic residences right now. So I'm very sure that they definitely agree on the fact how luxurious the project is itself. Let's talk about the other project in Alim Island, which is also very popular. What can you share more details about the project itself?
Well, the project, we're launching it November 13th.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
Okay.
But I would say a release that we can do to you, Alina, for your viewers, is that it is going to be architecturally probably one of the most important projects in Al Reem, if not in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
We are not announcing it now, but we have a Pritzker-winning architect who designed it. As a teaser, they are known as the Swiss watch architects, because everything is done to the final detail.
Beautiful.
Their architecture is not something you're used to seeing in Abu Dhabi. So it's not blue glass. It's not buildings without balconies.
Okay.
Everything there is pretty standardized.
Okay.
This project is just the opposite. We have a total of the first phase of 460 units. 129 units have different floor plans.
Beautiful.
So whatever you want, you're going to find there. Different balcony sizes, different bedroom sizes, different closet sizes. So it's really, architecturally, it stands out very strong. We're in Al Reem, right on the first line of the water.
Okay.
So there is a marina that's going to be there. We're going to be bringing in a floating sales office where people can come and really feel the project from the water. We think it's the first that's going to be in Al Reem. We're trying to agree to bring a floating paddle court on there, so people can come for an Instagram moment and feel themselves playing on the water.
You also play paddle, by the way.
I do. I do.
I'm going to ask you about that in a while after we complete talking about this project.
So I just like to say that this is a project in Al Reem, which will soon to be known as the heart of Abu Dhabi. When you look at the map of Abu Dhabi, you see Old Abu Dhabi, you see Corniche, you see Saadiyat, you see Yas, but right in the middle is Al Reem, which is going to become ADGM's new center for living and for office. And we are fortunate enough to have, I think, probably one of the best sites in all of Al Reem.
Beautiful. If you were to choose between both of the projects, between Al Reem and between the iconic residences, which one would you choose as a personal preference?
Well, I have a unit there and there. So
You have
I
a unit
bought
in
one in
both.
both.
Okay,
But I can say that Abu Dhabi and Dubai are different.
correct.
The good thing about Abu Dhabi is the prices are much more attractive
Okay,
than they are in Dubai. The prices are 35% lower in Abu Dhabi than they are in Dubai. So if you're looking for a unit for an investment, I think that Abu Dhabi is now a better pick. If you're looking for a unit for yourself and you live in Dubai, come to Iconic and we'll find you one of the units. My family prefers Abu Dhabi on the weekends.
okay,
We were just there this last weekend, staying at St. Regis and Saadiyat. I don't know how it could be much better than that.
okay.
We were at SeaWorld on the weekend. We were on Mamsha, one of our favorite restaurants. So Abu Dhabi, if you live there, come by with us. If you're thinking about an investment property, again, from Dubai, I think it's probably going to be a pretty attractive offer.
Amazing. A question I always like to ask seniors like yourself and CEOs, because you guys have a lot of insights about the real estate market. Do you think that now is the best time to invest? Or do you think that the investors should wait a little bit because they're saying that there might be a decrease in the price? Is this just a rumor?
Well, I don't know why there'd be a decrease in the price.
Yeah.
I think people are saying there's potentially a bubble.
Okay.
But if you have a bubble, that means that people bought residences and they don't plan on living there or trying to flip. We're seeing exactly the opposite.
Okay.
So when I speak with other development partners, they are all like us. We have zero flippers in any of our project in Iconic.
Okay.
Everybody's coming there to buy for themselves
Okay.
or to buy and to rent out to people who will be living in Internet City
Okay.
or working in Internet City. So I don't see where a bubble can come from.
Okay.
I know they're saying that there's so many houses, so many housings being built, but we see every year that slips. And the population is growing and growing and growing. So I think we just hit 4 million in Dubai. I would say that not many people know, but Abu Dhabi also has 4 million people. So if I were to to bet where would be better investment, I think right now Abu Dhabi is a better investment because much less property is being built there. The amount of Americans and Europeans going there for all of the crypto and the AI, they're increasing there dramatically. But Dubai, we just see it growing and growing and growing. So I think if you want to invest, you need to do it today. Better yesterday, but do it today. If you wait 6 months, what will happen is the prices will just be higher.
I agree with you on this note. Also, initially, when every company opens, it faces some challenges and obstacles. How did MERED overcome these challenges and obstacles, do you think?
Well, we were fortunate that we didn't just come here and set up a new company.
Yeah.
We brought in people from our business here. So luckily, UAE is very welcoming to people coming in. And many other markets, it's very difficult for the families to find a school, for the wife to find a proper social environment, potentially for her to find a job. Here, it's not difficult. I think if you want to work, you can find a job. Whether you're man, female, the schools are very, very open for new students coming in. So it was very easy for our company to set up. But as a developer, whenever you're developing, you have to learn the rules.
Of course.
And the rules are always very local. So even Dubai versus Abu Dhabi, it's a very different game. And now, as we're opening our first project in Abu Dhabi, I can say my goal as CEO is to get out and meet people. You have to meet people who are giving you permits. You have to meet the brokers. You have to meet the contractors. And because the market is so strong,
Yes.
people get to pick who they work with and who they don't.
Okay.
So I think for us as being a first-time developer, it was difficult for us to find first and foremost a general contractor because they have all been working with Damak, Danube, Emar, and there's MERED. Who are you guys? What have you done? So you have to convince them that you're a good partner. I think now we have a list of people knocking on our door saying we'd like to work with you because we see how serious you are and the attention to quality. So I think initially it's just to get the right partner base. That was probably the most difficult thing for us. The authorities at Dubai Land Department are extremely welcoming. We don't have any problems with RERA, with Dubai Holdings. People have been open. So it's interesting that not only the government, but people working here, they all remember that they got here at some point in time and not long ago. So people are very welcoming, and that's been very, very good for us.
For sure. As a CEO and someone that has proven his success, I want you to look at this camera right
Mhm.
here and share a message to the young leaders that potentially want to be in your shoes one day.
Mhm.
What is a message that you would share to them now?
Okay. Well, I would say that probably the first thing is there's nothing you can do except work hard, and you're going to make mistakes. And we always say at MERED that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So as we're building our first project and our second project, our goal is to build a brand that's going to be building 15, 20 projects. So I think you cannot get away from the hard work. Even in the new environment we have where you have AI, you still have to do the work. And the second thing is I would say is just imagine yourself 20 years ahead. And I always tell this to myself, if I were to look 20 years ahead, I would see my life, I would probably be pretty satisfied. And I would have relaxed on some of the small difficulties I had in each and every day and focused on the bigger problems. So I think one is if you can focus on the big problems, if you can work hard, success is just a matter of time.
Beautiful. And I'm sure that this would resonate to a lot of people watching us now. If you were to describe your experience in only 3 words over the years.
Um, Curious,
Okay.
tenacious,
Okay.
and positive.
Beautiful. Amazing. I love that. Okay. Can you share more details about the type of collaborations you guys have had in the UAE?
Certainly. There's three main collaborations we do which kind of reinforce our brand. First and foremost is that we sponsor a Lamborghini driver who is out there every day really pushing the limits and boundaries of what you can do in the automotive industry. This
Okay.
ties in back with the iconic residences by Pininfarina. And we hope to have our driver Yvonne here in November. So keep yourself posted. This could be an interesting event that we'll get with him to drive some of our top brokers out on one of the F1 tracks. So
Oh,
we're looking forward to
nice.
that. Secondly, is that we are a major sponsor with Paddle Edition, the nicest paddle club center in Dubai. They really bring an interesting type of client to our business, and
Okay.
we back to them. And we are passionate about paddle. We sponsor 8 professional paddle players
Okay.
that I think 2 of them are in the top 10 in the world, 4 of them are in the top 30 in the world, and the rest are in the top 50 of the world.
Wow.
These are athletes that are just amazing, and paddle is taking the world by storm. Every one of our projects has a paddle court in it, 2 in Abu Dhabi, 1 in Dubai. And last, I think this goes back to kind of the ingenuity of MERED. People have sponsorships with certain athletes. We have an important partnership with HCM, who
Okay.
they are the manager of about 250 professional football players. We recently had Victor Györkes in our showroom in Iconic. We work with them because these athletes, they really push the envelope and what they want for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we bring them and we ask them questions. Do you like how this bedroom is? Do you like the amenities? It will be something else you would like. So we're really trying to bring in every element of well-being in. And these guys are just professional athletes that really demand the greatest respect in how they treat their bodies. So I think those are the 3 elements that we try to bring into our projects.
That's actually really amazing. And I'm sure it will strike a lot of interest with our audience today. Now let's go a little bit to your background.
Mhm.
So you play tennis, you're also a paddle player.
Mhm.
How do you believe that, because everyone follows a certain discipline,
Mhm.
and especially CEOs, they do follow discipline in their life because it also helps impact their career. How do you believe that this sport helped you in your career?
Well, Alina, just to give you a little bit background, I mean, I'm actually from Alaska.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Alaska, so my
Okay.
first sport and my true love is ice hockey.
Okay.
And I played tennis since I've been 14 years old, and now I'm definitely a paddle addict.
Okay.
But for me, ice hockey was always a bigger influence in my life.
Okay.
The reason is that we have to get up very early in the morning. Usually you're up at 6 or 7 in the morning. It's very cold when you're playing. When you're a little kid, you play outdoors. So imagine playing ice hockey at minus 20 degrees.
Wow.
You're freezing. You've got to get out there. Your hands can't hold on to the ice stick, but it builds up a discipline in the parents as well as the children.
Of course.
And ice hockey is a team sport,
Yes.
right? We have 5 people that are playing on the ice plus a goalie. In addition to that, we have 3 other sets of 5 who are waiting to jump on the ice when we're done.
Yeah.
So we really try to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of everyone. And I always haven't been the best player. I played competitively in the US, I played competitively in Russia, and now I still play here in Dubai. But I've always tried to be one of the captains or one of the leaders.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that you're the best player. It means you're the one who figures out what the role is for the other 18 guys on the team.
Okay.
So that's something I've brought into my CEO role. I'm a team player. I am a leader, but I'm usually not the smartest guy in the room, or not the best guy at sales,
Okay.
or not the best guy at marketing,
Okay.
not the best guy at construction, maybe not the best guy in design. But I try to find, either in my team or from the market, the best in all of those different parts of development. And then I work with them, I push them, I train them, I rely on them, and so far it's worked out pretty good.
That's beautifully said. I really love that. Give us like some sneak peek about the company. Where would you see, okay, because every single time when we go for an interview, they always ask us, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And sometimes we're often confused, or sometimes people don't have answers. But when it's a well-established business, where does MERED see itself in the next couple of years?
Well, we see ourselves as a newcomer in the market.
Okay.
We want to change that and become a brand that's recognized for quality,
Okay.
and for a different approach to design. So our goal is to grow our business. We now have 3 projects, one in Dubai and 2 in Abu Dhabi, is to grow that to 2 additional projects a year. And what that will do for us is the market, it goes through these cycles. And we want to be, when the cycle goes down, we want to be building or exiting. When the market is up, we want to be selling. So we want to be in a position where we probably have 6 to 8 projects that we're developing.
Okay.
So we don't compete against Damac, right? We don't compete against EMAR, but we want to be known as the developer that really delivers quality. And just as a sidebar, I meet with probably 30 to 40% of the buyers. When they come into our show flat, often the agent or the broker will say, Michael, we have a client here. They'd like to meet you. I always try to invite them in if I'm free to explain to them a little bit about MERED, what they're going to see from us, what our plans are. So we really want to be a strong brand that people will be knocking on our door asking us to develop their projects instead of us going out and having to buy projects from the market.
I'm sure because, this show is very selective. And MERED is a brand that has already proven its success in the market. But there's one thing, after a couple of years from now, we're going to be watching this episode together. And I'm going to be having you again on the show. And we will have MERED in the position that you just discussed with us today, because we all have high hopes. And I do feel like MERED is definitely taking the market by storm. Is there any message that you would want to share, a final message with our audience?
Well, I would just like to say that, one, this is my first podcast, so please forgive me if it didn't turn out to be 100% perfect. Secondly, I think that those of you that are living in UAE, you just have to realize what an amazing market you are in, whether you're a buyer or a seller, whether you're building or whether you're designing something. If you're an IT person, this is really the market where I think the future is going to come from. So glad to be a resident here with you in UAE, and hope to see you all in my office in the near future.
Of course, the future is coming with MERED. Stay tuned to another upcoming episode with GN Talks, another well-established business in the UAE and globally. Take care.